Alright guys, so I've shared a lot of different comps with you guys before. However, a lot of those teams are actually going to be utilizing Moonlight inside of it, like this one that I shared with you guys previously. Also, the other one where you guys use Espresso as well as Squidding. There's also this one where you guys use Oyster with Black Pearl and Moonlight. And there's also this one where you use Moonlight with Vampire. However, in this video, I want to share with you guys a comp that you guys can use that is not going to use Moonlight, as well as it is not going to be utilizing Scroll in this case, and you guys can actually use this team inside of the arena to counter some of these one-shot comps, some of the Oyster comps as well. And let's go over it, guys. First thing is going to be the treasures. Let's go over the treasures first this time around, and it is going to be using Whistle, Monocle, as well as the Jelly Watch. And of course, you guys can use the Scroll instead of the Whistle here in this case, if you guys don't have a really high Whistle. But the Whistle is going to do two things for you guys. All right, not only is it going to provide crit rate for all of your cookies, but it's actually going to be protecting as well as increasing the attack of two of the highest attacking cookies by 40% of attack as well as 20% of extra damage resist. All right, so that's the reason why you guys can utilize this treasure instead of the Scroll to buff up Sherbet and Frost Queen in this case to utilize a modified Frost team right now. Alright guys, so let's go over the toppings real quick. And of course, it is going to be 5 of the solid almond for Hollowberry. And we are focusing on the damage resist as well as cooldown. If you guys can get it to 7 to 8%, it is actually going to be a lot better in order to protect your Sherbet as well as Frost Queen and Pure Vanilla. But just keep in mind that the damage resist is definitely going to be the main focus here, guys. But once again, cooldown is going to definitely help. Next one is going to be our Crunchy Chip, who is going to also provide attack speed reduction to the DPS of the enemy team with the Claw debuff. And we are going to be focusing on damage resist as well as the attack speed in order to shoot out his claws as soon as possible, applying that claw debuff to the enemy. Alright, so that's the reason why we have the attack speed. And the next one is going to be Sherbet. Sherbet is using 5 of the Swift Chocolate here, guys. Of course, the damage resist is going to be the main focus. And I would definitely say the more cooldown you guys can get than the 20%, the better it's going to be. So really focusing on that damage resist and cooldown are going to be the 2 of the substats. However, if you guys cannot get 5 of the Swift Chocolate with decent amount of damage resist and your Sherbet is continuing to die, then you guys can actually go with 5 of the solid almond as well, and focusing on the cooldown in order for him to not only survive but also apply the Frost debuff onto the enemies. And then the next one is going to be our main DPS here with 5 of the solid almond, and that is going to be Frost Queen. No extra cooldown, no attack speed really required here, guys, but mainly focusing on the damage resist as well as the HP and the defense if you guys can, because the main focus of this team is getting Frost Queen to all the way to the 1 minute mark as well as the 30-second mark to just absolutely obliterate the enemies with the attack buff. All right, so I've seen a lot of stall comps, and that's what I've actually lost to as well, so that's the reason why I'm sharing this. So that is the main focus of Frost Queen, guys. And yeah, just keeping her alive for her to do the final damage at the very end. And last one is going to be a Pure Vanilla with 5 of the solid almond, just like all the other comps that I shared, guys, and with the damage resistance and around 8% cooldown in order to use this skill and protect the cookies all the way to the very end. And you guys can see that the monocle is also there in order to purify any of the enemy Frost Queen and to purify any of the other debuffs that are going to be coming out, and also providing extra heal for the team. So here we go, guys. Let's go into the arena and let me show you guys how strong this comp is without a Moonlight. All right, guys, so we're going to verse this team right here with the Conductor's Whistle, which is going to prevent them from actually purifying because they don't have the monocle here. So let's go. And they do have the Werewolf this time around. So this is another team that actually going around right now too. The triple tank with Financier Werewolf and the Hollowberry with Moonlight in the middle. And that is actually going to also, you know, work towards the countering the one-shot comps, because of course, as you guys already know, within your defense log, as well as you've seen there's a ton of, you know, one-shot comps being used right now to beat up a lot of the higher ranking players. All right, so you guys can see that this is going to be a team that they're going to use. But you can see Pure Vanilla is just there, you know, just continuously healing, getting rid of the injury stats. And because they don't have the monocle, Frost Queen as well as Sherbet are just going to be able to absolutely obliterate them here, guys. And here we go. And there we go with the Hollowberry last. Easy money right there with the 350%. All right. So here we go. You guys can see the damage Sherbet, 7 million. And, you know, that's how strong Sherbet is. And, of course, Crunchy Chip and Frost Queen on the side, also applying that Frost stack as well. And the claw mark. So easy victory. Alright, guys. So it seems like this one is going to be the Oyster comp here. And they do have the whistle, though. So we should be able to beat it here. Let's go. And here we go. And it is going to be the Oyster comp here, guys. And we're definitely going to be able to slow down the Moonlight as well as the Black Pearl now with the Claw Mark as well as Sherbet's Frost and Frost Queen here. And the reason why going with a full solid almond on Frost Queen here is really, really good is because Moonlight as well as Black Pearl with the crit can definitely one-shot your Frost Queen without having that full solid almond. And sometimes even with full solid almond, it is a possibility. That's why going with the full solid almond and having the monocle with the whistle, buff is definitely going to keep her alive, allowing her to take advantage of the stack here, guys. And you can see after that 1 minute mark and applying the continuous frost stacks, the team is nothing after that time. So it's a really, really sturdy comp right now. And it is going to be a comp that you guys can use without Moonlight, definitely. And right there, Sherbet, of course, again, doing the most damage with no monocle on the enemy team. Alright guys, so here we go, another comp here. It seems like it might be the vampire one here, so let's go. Here we go, and it is definitely going to be the vampire here. So a vampire comp definitely can be dangerous, but because of the fact that we do have the monocle, we are going to be able to purify the bleeding debuff, preventing the vampire from always constantly hitting with the 100% crit, which is really, really good for us. And of course, once again, they don't have the monocle, which means that the frost stack is just kind of continuously get stacked onto the enemy. And Sherbet once again using skill. We have Hollowberry using skill, Crunchy Chip. And we should be able to purify right there, yeah, of course, with the monocle and healing. Frost Queen should be doing some good amount of damage here. Yep, Vampire and their Moonlight gone. And it should be a easy victory for us. Look how slow they attack. 25 stacks, 27 stacks, 22 stacks. And it should be a easy win right there once it hit that 30-second mark. 350% is an insane amount of percentage, guys. Sherbet, 7 million damage. Easy victory against a whistle comp. Alright guys, so here we go. Another whistle right here. And it seems like another oyster comp. Let's go. And yep, it is another oyster comp here. And we should be able to, the longer we stall it, the more damage basically we're doing. And the most important thing is really keeping that Frost Queen alive until the very end in order to deal that massive amount of damage at the very end of the battle at that 30-second mark. All right, it's added bonus if we could kill them beforehand, but some other times, with the pure vanilla and with the Hollowberry, it can be pretty difficult, but we should be able to do it here, guys. Hopefully the monocle comes through. Yep, and Frost Queen should be able to deal a ton of damage right there. Oyster, as well as the Black Pearl is dead. And Moonlight's the only one alive. And we should be able to heal right there. Clutching it. And the 30-second mark. Bye-bye, Moonlight. Time to sleep. Alright, there you go. And once again, no Moonlight again, right? And we have Sherbet absolutely carrying it. So Frost comp is not dead, guys. Alright guys, another whistle comp. It seems like maybe a vampire one. Let's go. And it is going to be a vampire. So right now, I would generally say the comps that are going around inside of the defense side of things is mainly the vampire comp, as well as we do see a lot of the oyster comp. And the other comps that we see is going to be a Frost Queen Sherbet double tank comp, as well as the werewolf Moonlight comp that I've shared with you guys, or I showed you guys battling earlier too. But mainly, of course, from the defense side of things, you won't be seeing the one-shot comp. But if you guys do, then you guys can use this. And of course, this is going to be a team that I would generally recommend you guys to use as a defense side of things right now. And once again, if you don't have the whistle, going with the scroll is going to be good. And then probably for Sherbet as well, going with solid almond is going to be a better idea because you won't have the extra 20% damage resist from the whistle. But once again, guys, Sherbet doing a massive amount of damage. Alright guys, so comps with the whistle are going to definitely be the focus of this team. However, even if they do have the monocle, you guys can still verse it. So here you go, guys, with the double tank and a middle missing here with the monocle. Let's go. And here we go. It seems like a Moonlight and maybe... Oh, actually, it's not a Vampire, but it's going to be a BTS here, guys. So they do have the double healer as well as the Monocle to purify. And they have the debuff resist from BTS. This might be a little bit tricky. We'll have to see exactly how it turns out. But let's see if we can actually kill off the Moonlight. All right, because Moonlight dying is going to be the most important thing here, guys. So another added bonus for Crunchy Chip is once Crunchy Chip is able to apply that Cloud debuff onto the enemy, all right, which is going to be Moonlight in this case, Moonlight, it will actually go and lose all of the buff that she has, all right? So any of the shield and things like that, she's going to lose. And you guys actually did see it happen on Moonlight once the claw mark activated after her skill. All right, so once that happens, we should be able to easily defeat the team here. And there we go. So even if they do have a monocle, there are going to be times when you guys are going to be able to beat them, like this one. All right, so here we go, guys. And 9 trophies with Sherbet doing the most damage. Moonlight definitely got focused by Crunchy. And again, getting rid of all of the buff that she got from her teammates. All right, so there you guys go. All right, guys, so this is going to be a comp that you guys can use without a scroll as well as a Moonlight, because I know there are still people, you know, commenting and saying, hey, HyRoll, I don't have Moonlight. Who can I replace Moonlight with for this comp, for this comp, for this comp, you know? So here we go, guys. This is a comp that you guys can use. But once again, now you need to have Frost Queen as well as our Sherbet, which are going to be the 2 most important here. So hopefully you guys can utilize this team to counter as well as climb in the arena. Keep in mind, if you guys do not have the whistle, scroll is also an option, but I recommend going with a full on solid almond build for Sherbet if that is going to be the case. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys found the video helpful, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.